No rest for me, week 19's here and Monday night games are back. Hi all, welcome back to a new video on the channel. Hope you're all doing well. As I've just mentioned, Aveley playing on the Monday night does mean that I'm sat here on a Sunday getting this up nice and late, but luckily for me I love doing it, so all worthwhile. So before we get into our predictions, if I very quickly start off with team of the week and scores I got right. Starting off with scores I got right, nice and straightforward. Got Torquay beating Hampton and Waterlooville 2-0, which was a very good result and expected. And I got Hemel beating Taunton 1-0. Hemel love a 1-0 win at home, so just a safe prediction, and it paid off. I was hoping I may have got another one or two, but due to a couple of postponements of games, it does mean that I may have got another one right, but we'll never know. Then we have Team of the Week. Team of the Week could have gone to a few different teams. It definitely could have gone to Welling. Late winner against Slough. No wins in a long time. Really good result for them. Could have gone to Eastbourne. Fantastic win for them. They're really struggling to beat a Braintree side that don't lose very often and don't concede many goals. That's a fantastic result. But for me, it has to go to Hampton and Richmond, putting 5 past Maidstone United, a team that hadn't lost in about 2 months in all competitions, to go and score 5 against them. Considering just only a month and a half ago-ish, they were right down there in the relegation zone. Now they're high flying. I know that makes you think, do they really deserve it? But for me, scoring 5 against Maidstone, and that was before the red card even happened. Hampton and Richmond, definitely team of the week. Without further ado, we have just the 9 games to predict this week due to a couple of teams not playing and postponements. So without further ado, let's get into it. Just 75% of the games to do this week. First up, game number 1, we have Aveley taking on Chelmsford. Both of these sides currently sit in the playoffs, so a really big game for both sides. Aveley will be hoping to bounce straight back. A really disappointing 3-0 defeat to Bath on the weekend. We know Bath are a good side, but Aveley have been on such good form. I definitely didn't expect that result and that much of a walkover from Bath. But it happened. They'll be looking to bounce back in this game against a Chelmsford side who have had a couple of really good results in a row. Obviously beating rivals Dartford, that's a great result. On the weekend against Chippenham, wasn't going their way, but managed to get one late in the 90th plus first minute. They'll be high on confidence, getting a few goals. It's going to be a close game, but I am going to back Aveley to go and get all 3 points in this one. And I'm going to call it quite a narrow game. I'm going to go Aveley 2, Chelmsford 1. Game number 2, 2 sides with very different weekends. Braintree Town, they're taking on Welling United. As we just mentioned at the very start of the video, Welling, fantastic win. Playing Slough, fellow strugglers, had to do something, had to get points on the board, and they did just that. Got all 3 points. An amazing result for them, and another team that scored in the 90th plus first minute to get points, but even more valuable points for Welling than it was for Chelmsford. Braintree, they do still stick comfy in the league. It will be a really disappointing loss to Eastbourne Borough, especially as Braintree, they're not the type of side that concede more than a couple a game. They're really strong defensively, so to go there, lose 3-1 will be extremely disappointing for them. They'll definitely be hoping to bounce back pretty quickly, and I'm expecting them to do just that. I'm going to go Braintree 3, Welling United 1. Next up, a game I'm expecting to be extremely tight. We have Eastbourne Borough, they're taking on Tonbridge Angels. Both teams, great wins over the weekend. Eastbourne, as we just mentioned, a fantastic home win over Braintree. They would have been dying for that. Does mean they're 3 points off of the relegation places now, so gives them a bit of breathing space going into this. And as we say, their home form is nowhere near as bad as their away form, so hopefully they can build on that result. Tonbridge, 3-2 win over St Albans, 2-0 down, coming back to get all 3 points, a goal in the 90th plus 4th minute, a proper weekend of late goals, I must admit. But that is an outstanding result for them. They're sitting way off the relegation now. They're looking pretty comfy. I think they're about 7 points off relegation. They're looking really good. Eastbourne, hopefully a bit of confidence coming back. Don't really want to call this one, so I'm not. I'm going to go Eastbourne Borough 1, Tonbridge 1. Next up, game number 4, Hampton and Richmond take on St Albans City. Poor St Albans City are going to really struggle in this one, I think. They're on the back of 3 straight losses, really struggling. Confidence completely not, conceding 3 so late and proper crumbling at the end of that Tonbridge game, especially as they were the home side. You would have backed them to go do it when it got to like the 70th minute, but it didn't happen. Really disappointing. Now they've got to go away to a Hampton Richmond side who, as I said at the start of the video, have just come back off an unbelievable result. Finally ended their 5-game winning streak with a draw, and then all of a sudden go and thump Maidstone United 5-2. A hat-trick in there from, I can't remember, I think it was Bloomfield. Unbelievable result. If I didn't back them to go and win this, I'd be absolutely stupid. I'm going to go Hampton and Richmond 3, St Albans 1. Speaking of Maidstone, we have Maidstone United. They are taking on Dover Athletic. As we mentioned, Maidstone, really disappointing result. No need to talk anymore about it. We've gone over it enough. They'll be disappointed. Ended that really, really long unbeaten streak. But this is the perfect game for them at home to bounce straight back and get a result on the board and keep themselves right up there in the playoff positions. Dover, on the other hand, leaving it very, very late at the moment. I know it's early, but at the moment, for me, it just feels like they're leaving it so late to get anywhere in this league. I can't see them getting out of the trouble they're in, and I do expect them to be relegated. They did fall at the hands to Yeovil this weekend, but everyone's fallen at the hands to Yeovil. It wasn't a result I expected Dover to get anything out of. This result, again, another one, only going one way for me. Maidstone United 2, Dover 0. Next up, Taunton Town are travelling to Plymouth on a Tuesday night as they face Truro City. Truro obviously didn't play a game this weekend. The game against Dartford was postponed a whole 24 hours before, which is fantastic that I didn't have to go all the way down there. But it should be a very, very good game. Truro on some really, really bad form. Have had a nice week off now to recover, recuperate, and hopefully get the fitness up, get the players ready for a really, really good game against a Taunton side that are really struggling. That high-flying momentum of being top of the league didn't last too long. All of a sudden, proves how quickly the league can change. They now sit all the way down in 13th place, and Truro will be licking their lips at hoping they can continue the bad run of form for Taunton. If it happens or not, I don't know. Should be a really good game. Taunton, no goal on the weekend, losing 1-0 to Hemel, a result that's happened fairly regular this season. This game, for me, another one I don't want to call. Think it'll be really low scoring. I was close to going for a 0-0, but I'm not. I'm going to go for my favourite result. I'm going to go 1-1. Game number 7, Weston-super-Mare taking on Chippenham. Weston-super-Mare, another one of those teams that had their game postponed on the weekend, so they didn't play, so not too much to talk about there. But Chippenham, on the other hand, that close to getting 3 wins on a bounce. They have got themselves right up the table again in recent weeks. They'll be thoroughly chuffed with performances, but extremely disappointed that they lost that lead against Chelmsford in the 90th plus first minute. But that happens. That's why this league's so great. So many late goals this weekend, as I've already mentioned. This game, super tight, but tiny bit of a local derby, I suppose. They're really not far from each other at all. Should be a cracking game. Got a Tuesday night game written all over it. I'm actually going to go for another 2-2. Now here's a game for you. Worthing taking on Dartford. Both teams didn't play on the weekend. Both teams were meant to be away and had their games postponed. What can I tell you about this game? They sit 4 points apart. Worthing currently sits 8th in the table. Dartford absolutely desperate for a away win. The away form is appalling. Worthing are finding form at just the right time to keep themselves up there. And last year still gives me nightmares when I went to this fixture away. We lost 3-0. Easily could have been about a 7-0 loss, but there you go. Oh well. Hopefully we'll have Alex Wall back up top. That should be a massive boost. But for this game, I hate it. I very, very rarely ever bet against Dartford to lose because I hate doing it. But going away to Worthing, away form's appalling. Worthing look a better side than us at the moment. I can't see this going any other way than a Worthing win. I'm going to go Worthing 2-1. And just like that, we have reached our final game. It's Yeovil Town taking on Farnborough. Yeovil Town, another win, high flying. I can't keep saying it every week. They're unbloody believable at the moment. And who's going to beat them? I don't know, especially at Huish Park. I don't know. Sonny Cox, the Exeter loanee, getting 2 goals there. Really good for him. Just massive boost of confidence for the youngster. And yet again, another forward player that's scoring goals for Yeovil. Farnborough have to go away on a Tuesday night there. Try and get a point after they got a bit of a disappointing draw at home to Yeovil's rivals Weymouth. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to bet against Yeovil losing? Sound like 13 straight wins. I can't do it. Yeovil 2, Farnborough 0. And there you go, just the 9 games predicted. I have got a bit of a break after this, luckily, because there are no games on the weekend. But wherever you're going this Tuesday, I hope you do enjoy. There's some cracking games in there this Tuesday night, and of course the Monday night, Aveley Chelmsford, 2 teams in the playoff, should be a great game as well. All the fixtures there, if you want to predict them, go to the description, copy and paste, put your numbers in the middle. Would love to see them. Hope you did enjoy the video as always. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until the next one, I'll see you around. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.